Hello, my friend. I know that you are concerned about how you are perceived by other people because you are worried that people will judge you and think badly of you. This is something we all have to learn about in our lives because we all live with other people around us and close to us, and so there will always be people observing us, having opinions about us and judging us. It is entirely inevitable. You cannot set yourself totally outside of society. We all need to contribute to the world around us, the world of people, as well as of nature, of course, because we all need services and goods and exchanges of all sorts of things with other people. Don't ever tell yourself you can do without that, because it's simply not true. We belong with each other, and the way we have learned to live in this world is by supporting each other, by exchanging things, and by looking after each other and looking out for each other. So basically, that is a very essential and good thing in our lives. But it turns into a hazard because it's too easy for people to judge each other, and we all do this. And it's too easy in society for opinions to be formed and gelled into something that stops being flexible and stops being accommodating to personal, individual difference. So there is this oppressive sense that unless you do and are what other people expect you to be, you will be judged deficient and unworthy in some way. And that can become a real burden in your life, can't it? And it is really important to keep that balance between these two sides, between remembering that it is important to be part of society and to be able to be on good terms with other people on the one hand, and that on the other hand, it is vital for you to be able to set yourself aside from that and to have an inner world and a sense of who you are that rise above the need to please, conform, or obey other people's demands. To keep that in balance is quite a lot of learning in life. You will go through phases where you are rebellious and set yourself against society or against specific other people in your life. And you will also go through phases where you conform because you realize that that's the only way for you to get support or to even be able to earn your living. So this is quite a conundrum. It is quite a difficult task in life to find enough social freedom around you to be unstuck from having to obey groups that start to dictate to you and to remain your own person, but at the same time, as your own confident, autonomous person, continue to want to be good to others, to contribute to the world, and do what you can. And in that process, sooner or later, you have to discover the tension between saying, I don't care what you think or what you want, and I care greatly what you think about me, and I care greatly about how you might be able to support me. You can't have it one way. You have to have it both ways. You have to learn to be kind and good and support other people in order to make alliances and to have friendships and to fit into the world. And that also involves taking care of yourself so that you don't become obnoxious to others, and you look after your own hygiene and your own sort of fluidity as a person who doesn't intrude or doesn't interfere with others. So there's a lot of responsibility involved in that. But it also involves you knowing where your boundaries are, where your borders are, where your frontiers are, and where you become self-affirming, and where you know that the way you get treated is just not right and not good enough, and where you can be self-assertive enough to state where you are at and what you expect and what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. And it is also really important to learn to distinguish between not caring about what people say about you behind your back and nevertheless caring enough about being a good person who can be proud of yourself and therefore continuing to do the things that you think are right, regardless of what other people might say. So this is really about affirming some values in the world, my friend. And it is the key to unlocking your freedom with others. Because once you take responsibility for who you are, as a body, as a person with others, as a person to yourself, and as a person towards whatever is greater than you. Once you can do that, you gain freedom because you know that you will be living and working to a certain standard. And other people will see this and they will recognize that you are a self-sufficient person who is willing to engage on fair terms and to contribute to the world, and who is not going to be just people-pleasing or obedient, but who will be forthright and who will be generous and who will be expecting some kind of mutuality. This will trigger respect, my friend, and once you are able to get respect in the world, it will be so much easier no longer to care for other people's opinions. Because once you feel confident that your way of life is respectful and respected, and you know that you respect yourself and the work you're doing to live a good life, then it really doesn't matter what some people say about you. It really doesn't matter anymore, my friend, because they just don't know any better yet. They haven't gotten to that stage yet. So leave them think and say what they like, because it will not touch you, because your system is flowing and is sufficient unto itself. You are working at becoming a free, independent, autonomous person who can deal with whatever comes on your path and who is not cowed by other people, because you know that you will always be giving as much as you can, and you will always take responsibility for who you are and how you act in the world. And as long as you do that, other people's opinions are neither here nor there. You will be free of it. So take care of your life and be well, my friend.